What's up, world-renowned family? This morning, I'm going to just do a quick video to answer a question that I'm often asked by my agents and agents that I come in contact with on a daily basis. And that is, what do you do when you have a property or a listing or even a buyer that has aged a bit in the market? So I'm just going to show you what I do proactively for my selling or my listing clients, my sellers and my listings, to proactively let them know what's happening. And this is a weekly thing that I set up so that I don't have to be responsive or be reactive. I can always be proactive on the activity. So here is one of the listings. And what I really want to show you is the days on market. We've been on the market for 107 days with a price reduction that took place, I believe, on the 10th. So we're about 2 months after a price reduction or price adjustment from 275. We've gone down to 265, and now we have to decide what we're going to do. Now, at this point, oftentimes the sellers can say, all right, I'm frustrated, you guys aren't doing your job. So here's what we do immediately. The first thing that we do is we use our list track, and this is a source, a resource from the Miami Realtors. You'll see list track right here. I'm sure that you have some type of tracking software for all of your listings. So we use list track. This is my dashboard, talks about how views are being seen for all the listings from the MLS, Zillow.com, Trulia, other IDX searches. If you click on them, they will open up and let you see where it's coming from. For instance, Matrix versus HomeSnap. And then you come down and you'll be able to see the activity right here. You can pull that to see homes, IDX, MLS, Trulia, or Zillow. And of course, Zillow is the highest. So what I do is I'll come in here to this listing. You'll see that listing here, and it will give us all of the information. Now, while this information is valuable to us as agents, it's more valuable to the sellers. But what I love to do immediately when I get the listing, input into the MLS, and therefore it is synced and put into list track, I like to come in and set up a seller report right away. So I'll come in and I'll fill out this information, and then I would put sales activity on your property this week, or actually I'll put the property address, CC myself, and then I will click a send weekly. This is so that I don't have to go in and remember to send an update, but I'll know that they're getting relevant, accurate information on the property. Now, if you want to know what the report looks like, you can come in here and preview. You'll be able to come in, preview what the report is, and it shows how many views they're getting online per week, 379. If they wanted more details on the property, they could click that here. If they wanted more stats about what's happening, they can see it here. Now, what they can see is what's happening to the views for their property versus those of similar listings. So they'll be able to see that we're getting more activity. However, we have not gotten any offers on the property. So, numbers and history shows us that that means that we're interesting. Our price and our positioning is interesting, but not interesting enough to translate into physical showings. Well, actually, we'll talk about the physical showings in one moment, but not interesting enough to receive offers. So this might require a slight adjustment or repositioning of the price. So we'll have the views there. We'll be able to come down and see the visitors, where they're coming from. And these are things that the sellers, this is a preview of what the seller is going to see. Talks about similar listings. So we are here. Then what I would do as an agent, I would come in and I would want to find out what's so special about 3000 Northwest 170th Street, because that one is the only property that has gotten more views for than us in this month. So there's something exciting or something appealing about the 3000 Northwest 170th Street property. It will also highlight the competition that we're seeing there. So I found that to be a great way for us to utilize list reports And then once again, if need be, I'll screenshot some of these, I'll snip some of these reports, but more likely than not, this is the same information that's in that previous report. Now, another report that I send to my sellers that I set up initially is going to be this report right here. And this is coming from our showing time. We set all of our properties up on showing time for this simple reason, so that we can get the report information on these showings. We can come and see the total number of appointments, 25 appointments in the last 30 days, 12 appointments in the last 7 days are 3. And we can come and we'll have all the information and feedback if any is left, but we can let these sellers know that we are getting activity, that the super has been accessed by who, at what time. And that's going to really help us when we have those conversations. Yes, we are doing our job. Yes, we are marketing the property. We just need to get that to translate into actual offers. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the weekly reporting that we do for our sellers. I did forget to mention that here we do set up, let me see, the email report. We do set up the report to be sent to the sellers on a weekly basis as well when we are creating the email. I'm sorry, when we're creating the listing. So when we go to listing setup here, and then we're choosing the property, we are creating the email to be sent on a weekly basis so that they are notified of our showings with a recap. So that's going to be it for this one. Remember, until next time, don't be average, be well now.